Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know, I've been missing. So I think the last time I posted a video, besides the one last week, was like a year ago. Life happens, things got chaotic, and I just couldn't keep up with the schedule that I had. And unfortunately, I didn't record and post videos like I wanted to. This started out as a hobby, but I really had fun posting videos, and I'm hoping to stay on my schedule, get back into it. Besides posting to YouTube, I have also been posting to my Instagram. I have two different ones that are linked down below. My first Instagram, Living a Fabulous Life, is more kind of like my everyday fitness, travel. Sometimes I post pictures of me in uniform. Go check that one out. If you want more of like the beauty tutorials, makeup or whatever, go check out Ashley Lorraine, whatever that one is. I can't remember. But I broke them up because my family and friends, some of them don't want to see the beauty tutorials or whatever. So I just created two. If you want to follow both of them, I would appreciate having you as Instagram followers on both of those links. If not, check out the beauty or check out the ones of me traveling when, we can't travel right now, but when we do start traveling and, life happens, I'll post those pictures. Now, for today's video, I'm getting ready to go to work. Besides that, it's my birthday and I get to work a 12-hour shift tonight. So I'm gonna embrace it, have fun, do my makeup and get ready because I'd rather be in a good mood at work. And sometimes playing with makeup just kind of calms me out. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. So first I'm going to go in with the OLEHENRIKSEN Banana Bright Face Primer. This has vitamin C. It's a kind of hydrating face primer, and I can be on the oily side, but I really enjoy this primer, especially underneath the foundation that I'm using today. But it just kind of gives you that nice glow. So to fill in my pores right here and my lines up here, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. This one is one of my favorites. Now, I am actually going to do my eyes first, but I like to have my primer on so it can kind of just soak into the skin. All right, so for eyes, I'm going to start out with my P. Louise base. This one I don't use a lot of, only because it is so light, and I tried to get a darker shade, but it was sold out, and I just kind of gave up. So I'm using up what I've got, and I smooth it out, and that's about it. So for eyes, I have the brand new ColourPop Wild Nothing eyeshadow palette. This is so beautiful. This is vegan and cruelty free. And I love ColourPop's eyeshadow palettes. They're super affordable, they're easy to work with, and I think my entire makeup collection, like eyeshadows, is predominantly ColourPop. But you can't beat the price point. I'm gonna go in with this first color, Top Down. It's just like a neutral peachy shade. And because I'm going to work, gotta keep it neutral. Neutral-ish. Even on the weekends, especially in the spring and summer, I've been gearing towards neutral eyeshadow looks. Bright pops of color. I have fun with them once in a while, but it's just, I don't know, I think because it's been predominantly work and nothing else, especially with what's going on in the world, which I don't really want to bring that up and be a Debbie Downer. So we're just gonna keep it on the light and airy side. For the next shade, I'm gonna go in with this color Vagabond, and I'm gonna put that into the outer corner. Just kind of darken it up a little bit. Maybe not, it's a pretty light shade. So if you watch my channel from kind of the beginning, I started out where I would do my eyeshadow and then I would do my face makeup, and then I started with doing my face makeup and then my eye makeup. And now I am back full circle to doing my eyes and then my face. Just because I like, if I mess it up, I can kind of straighten out my edges and everything and not have to worry about it, and hope that my eyeshadow doesn't end up all over my foundation. So we're back where we started, which is eyes first, then face. Now that color is really pretty. It's still kind of light. So I'm gonna go into this shade Come Together and I'm gonna darken up that corner a little bit, see if we could make it darker a little. Now the downside to going to work and playing with this eyeshadow palette, there's the shade Seashells and Alcove. So these colors are beautiful, especially Seashells. So this one's Seashells, this one's Alcove, and swatched. Oh my goodness. Those shades are stunning, but I can't wear them to work. So we're not. Now there's two that look like they're pressed, kind of like the Super Shock shadows. They're Spirited and also Sultan. So this one is Sultan and this one is Spirited. Those are pretty. Those ones I can do. I'm gonna go into this color No Bounds and put this in Z Corner. And I'm just kind of packing it on there before I start blending it out. There's no right way to do your eye makeup. I could pack it on there and then blend it out and it looks like nothing, or I could just put it on there and fluff it in and hope that it looks like something. It's just a matter of how you want to put your makeup on. There is no right, perfect way to do your makeup. I could do my makeup one way and you're like, that doesn't work for me. But everyone has their perspective, everyone has their prerogative. I really like how these eyeshadows are working. They're really blending out nicely. And they're building beautifully. I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it out my window. It is raining. It's been raining all day, off and on. It messed up my plan to go running today, so yeah, thanks Mother Nature. Appreciate it. This is a great eyeshadow palette. This is something that I could wear for work. I could wear for the weekends. It's just beautiful and neutral, and it's on the warmer side, which I like, especially in the summer. I do more cool tones in the winters. So there's two Jelly Much. This first Jelly Much is Mystical. That is beautiful. The downside to Jelly Much shadows is they're messy. Like now there was no easy way to do that. So this one is Mystical. It's just a really pretty champagne. So beautiful. And this one is Mojave Moves, and it's very icy. This color is beautiful. Now, I don't know that I can get away with wearing this one to work. The champagne color, I can, yeah, this one's too icy for work. All right, so Mojave Moves and Mystical. So beautiful. Like, now the one thing with these is you kind of have to get them to where you want them quickly because they do start to dry down pretty quickly. I'm gonna go back into No Bounds, that dark brown shade, and just kind of blend into the Jelly Much eyeshadow. Just clean up those edges. Just make sure they blend. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the face so we can finish off the eyes. I know a lot of people will like finish their eyes and I don't understand that. Like I personally can't do that. Everyone has their own techniques and ways of doing their makeup. All right, so we already primed. I am gonna go in with one of my favorite foundations. And it is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This is one of my favorites for work, especially because like tonight's shift is 12 hours long. So it lasts and I don't have to worry about it slipping off my face, or if I'm running around doing things and I'm sweating my butt off, like it's gonna stay put. Like that's kind of the whole point of this foundation. And I just personally apply my foundation straight to my face because whatever. Like I said, there's no right way to do your makeup. Whatever works for you. My aunt, she uses her fingers and pads it on. I personally can't do that. It just seems weird to me, but it works for her and she enjoys her makeup. And I just kind of like press it in and then sweep out. I seem to get a decent coverage without having to use a whole lot of foundation. Get it in my little eye sockets. Who remembers when I used to do my eyebrows first and they looked crazy? I also started to do my eyebrows differently. So if I look that way, there's a big monitor there so I can make sure that it's still recording, still doing what I needed to do. There's also a mirror right here and then the lens. So take your pick. I'm gonna look at one of them. I'm gonna try my hardest to look at the camera. I still gotta make sure that everything is smoothing out. And then a mirror, because it is what it is. Welcome to my channel. I kind of have my crap together. Well, and that was one of the things is I had some friends, hey, why haven't you posted? And the reality is I got busy. Where I was when I started my channel was considered a whole job, and it's kind of a little more relaxed. I had more time off. And then when I stopped recording, it's because my schedule got busier because I had divisions and I was training recruits to be sailors. But right now I'm on another whole job because I'm gonna be here for a minute. And I don't know what that is. Like, even though it's summer, my nose, I think it's because of allergies. I think I was blowing my nose too much. Decided that it was gonna have its own little party. And then the other thing is, make sure you bring your foundation down. It's not a face mask. It shouldn't stop right here, and people shouldn't be able to tell that your face doesn't match your neck. If you self-tan, if you're out in the sun and your face is lighter because you use a sunscreen, which most people use a sunscreen. This one has an SPF 25. You should use a sunscreen. I unfortunately, when I was younger, did not, so I have these little awesome spots. They're not gonna go anywhere. It just reminds me of my stupidity when I was younger, and that I should take better care of my skin. So I try and use makeup with foundation, or I try and use makeup that has a sunscreen in it. It doesn't always happen, so then I try and find a face primer or a lotion that has a sunscreen in it. But take care of your skin. I don't care how old you are. I grew up in Florida. I definitely should have used a sunscreen. I'm paying for it now, and it is what it is. So for concealer, I'm gonna use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. This one is one of my favorites. I like it because it's not too heavy. It's inexpensive, and I can just get like a pretty decent coverage. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking Set and Setting Powder. This is one of my favorites, especially because I'm on the oily side. This will just keep me matte, and then as the oil pushes through later, it just gives me that nice like luminous glow, and I get a lot of compliments on this combination. The other thing is you don't need a lot of concealer. I don't tend to have a lot of dark circles, but I like to have a little bit of a lighter under eye. So I will start out with less, and if I need more, because maybe that day I didn't get the best sleep, I will go and add more concealer. But it's best to not overdo it. You can add two, it's a lot harder to take away. Now with the powder, like some people will go straight into the corner. I don't, because my under eye will get super cakey. So I start underneath it and then I work my way into it. It's honestly all about playing around with your techniques, because what works for me is not necessarily going to work for you. I have under eye bags, but you may not have the creases underneath your eyes that I have. So you may not have to bake and set and whatever, or worry about that inner corner getting too powdery. But I don't like my inner corner being super cakey. See, no matter what, I'm always gonna have those fine lines. Just whatever. All right, let's go back in and finish off the eyes before we get any further. I really wanted to set my under eye and everything with powder before I went in with the eyeshadow palette again, just because if there was any fallout, it's easier to go in and wipe it away once it's set, vice if it's still tacky, then you're not gonna be able to do anything with it. And if you've got dark colors, you're just gonna have a very dark under eye. For the under eye, I'm gonna go into Vagabond. It was a lighter shade than I expected, but I think it'll be a pretty color underneath the eye. And make sure to connect your corner. My favorite is when my friends make fun of my faces when I'm getting ready. Hey, guess what? You make them too. You just don't realize it because you don't videotape it and then let people watch your videos. It's okay. We all look crazy doing our makeup. The best are mascara faces. Like, have you seen some of them? And then I'm gonna go back into No Bounds and just kind of darken up that outer corner a little bit. Not too much, just a smidge. All right, for the inner corner and the brow bone, I use a different highlighter than I'm gonna put on my face just because I want it to stand out. So I'm gonna use my favorite, Wet n Wild I'm So Lit. This highlighter, one, is super inexpensive, but it is a beautiful highlighter. And especially for the price, like, come on. All right, for contour, because I already put powder on, we're gonna go in with the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting powder. This is in medium. This is one of my favorite shades. I got a sample of it, and then when they had the 20% off sale at Sephora, I was like, yep, I need it. For bronzer, I have the Zoeva Radiant Bronzer and Highlighter. And we're just gonna go in with this right here. Now I can go in and use the highlighter from here. We'll try it. We'll try it. It's pretty. Let's see if it's... For work, I try not to have like a super blinding highlight. Not required. Kind of defeats the purpose of neutral. So. And I just put it right here on the top of the cheeks. And then bring it up. And it's like there's nothing there. Is this a highlight? It says bronzer highlighter. I mean, it's kind of there. We'll do the other side because I already did it. What you do on one side, you do on the other, even if it's not perfect, because when you layer, it could change the color of what goes on top of it. Do the nose. I mean, you kind of see it. Ish. Alright, well, out of this, the highlighter, it's not my favorite, but the bronzer, it's natural looking. It's not too bad. I like the bronzer. Not so much the highlighter. So we're gonna go back into the Wet n Wild I'm So Lit. This one, do not take a heavy hand. A little goes a long way. See? Oh yeah, it's... And then blend it out. Yeah, I see it. It's not the most blinding highlight I have, but it is a really pretty highlight. Just, oh my, okay, my nose. I look like a freaking Care Bear now. They're little heart-shaped noses. Anyone else remember Care Bears? Care Bears there. All right, I'm done. Don't mind me. Swear I'm sober. I did highlighter and I forgot blush. I had a blush. We're gonna go ahead and do blush anyways. Usually I do contour, bronzer, blush, highlight, but there's no particular order. So this is the MAC Glow Play Blush in Cheer Up, and it is just a really pretty peachy. This is kind of like a weird like putty, but it's really pretty. And it goes, you'll see it goes on top of powders really nicely, even though usually they say put creams and then powders, but I haven't been doing that with this and I really like it. It's just that nice glowy. And just stamp it on and then I'll brush it out a little bit. So next we need to do the eyebrows. I'm gonna tell you right now, the product I'm about to use, the first time I ever used it, I 100% hated it. But that was because I didn't know how to use it. I started playing around with it. I figured out how to kind of manipulate it and I like it much better now. And especially because I've used a lot of products from this brand and I like those products. So this is the Benefit Brow Contour Pro. This I think was sent to me in a BoxyCharm, because it's not something that I purchased myself. And I was like, oh, okay, well, since you sent it to me, I'll try it out. I was not a fan, but it is actually a really cool concept. So it has the lighter shade, darker shade, it has a definer and then a highlighter. I don't use a definer and highlighter, I just strictly put my eyebrows on. I'll start with the lighter shade up front and then goes to the darker shade. And then because it's kind of a waxy consistency, because it's a pencil, I'll actually go in with my eyebrow brush and just kind of define how I want the shape to be and kind of blend everything together. So I will try and do one of my eyebrows on camera, and then I'll do the other one off camera. And I'll tell you right now, they never look like twins. They look like they're just sisters. Here goes nothing. So you push down the shade that you want, and then you twist it on one of those old school, like 4 different types of pencils or pens. That's what this does. Now I'm going to switch over to the darker shade for the tail. That's about the shape that I want. Does it always go that way? Now when you flick it on there, it's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be kind of patchy actually. That'll be fine because when you use the pencil, when you use the brush, it'll actually fill it all in and make it a little more cohesive. And now I'm just getting sloppy. So, switch over to the brow pencil. The brow brush. Now we're gonna switch over to the brow brush, which I need to clean, so don't judge me. And we just kinda and the good thing is, once you've gone and kinda gotten it where you want to, if you need more, you can go and add more. But start out with less. That's how this works. I'll tell you, out of my entire routine, eyebrows take the longest. And it's funny because I've been told they can tell my mood at work based on how my eyebrows look. If they're super archy, it means I'm angry. What it really means is I was in a rush and, well, I didn't look too hard at them and I just said, great, we're done, and left the house. But they think if my eyebrows are too archy, it means I'm gonna be in a bad mood all day. Thanks, guys. All right, so now that I've got the bottom kind of in the shape that I want, kind of, it's a little more curvy than I usually do. Let's flatten those out a little bit. And not necessarily flatten them out, but just straighten it out. Better, look at that, just a flick of the wrist. And I now have straightened out eyebrows and an arch. I mean, I naturally had an arch anyways. It's just more defined. So, see the difference? I don't know how I have such light eyebrows. My hair is naturally auburn. And they're like light brown, almost blonde. I don't understand. So it'll look like this for a minute, and then I'll go do my other eyebrow, and then I'll realize my arch is more over on this side, and I always have to adjust my arch on this side. But we are gonna go in a little bit more with the lightest color, just to kind of darken this up a little bit. So I'm gonna go do the other eyebrow. Hope they look as close to twins as possible, and I will be right back. All right, so I went and did my other eyebrow. I also did my eyeliner. So for the waterline, I did the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. And then for the liquid eyeliner, I did the ColourPop liquid liner. This is in Número 1, which is black. But I really like it. It's inexpensive and it it glides on beautifully. Now for mascara, this one's kind of new. Not like this month new, but this is the Lilly Lashes Triple X Mascara. This one I really like. Like, it makes my eyelashes like super fluffy. The effect of falsies without falsies. That is the point of this mascara. How did I get mascara on my nose? How does that happen? I don't understand. How did that happen? So I always tend to do my setting spray before I do my lips. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no reason that you have to do your lips and then your setting powder or setting spray, or your setting spray and then your lips. It's just my preference. Hey, we were talking about preference earlier. So for setting spray, I've never tried this one before. I ordered it. It sat in the bin that I have behind me of new stuff I want to try, and there's a lot of stuff. So this is the Morphe Mattifying Continuous Setting Mist. I like their regular spray because it's just got like that fine mist and everything. There's been some mixed reviews on this. Oh, why is the top coming off? All right, so me personally, when I get oily, like, it is what it is. Like, I've gotten some compliments on, oh, you look really glowy. If I'm outside and it's 95 degrees and there's just beads of sweat dripping off of me, yeah, maybe not so glowy. But like natural oils pushing through, mattified, just gives you that natural glow radiance that most people want, I guess. I just can't start out dewy or I'm gonna look like a grease ball and my makeup won't be there later. So we're gonna try and alleviate that with some mattifying setting spray. It kind of smells like watermelon. Anyone else tried this? Is this supposed to smell like watermelon? Like, they've had some setting sprays that have had scents before, but like they marketed it as having that scent. So then I also just take my beauty blender and I press it into my skin. All right, so we've done our setting spray, done with that. Now I need to do the lips. For work, I tend to gravitate more towards like lip glosses, not necessarily like a liquid lip. Now on my table, I keep my go-to like work colors just because they're easy to grab, and I don't like having to dig through my drawer, which I emptied out last night at like 2 a.m. and went through and kind of organized them. Didn't declutter, I just kind of like wanted to get them by brand. But this is so much easier, especially for work, and what it is a Bath & Body Works candle that I repurposed. And I keep my favorite glosses. I mean, I have a liquid lip that's no longer available. I was gonna use it today, but it's not available, so why would I use it? Let's see, this one's pretty. This is the Artist Couture in Shameless. I don't think I've actually used this. So for work, I'll gravitate more towards lip glosses because it's easier to apply them. They'll wear down and whatever, and you're not left with like a cakey mess, because sometimes liquid lips do that. I mean, I even have like my Dose of Color ones over here, and they last forever. These are like, if I'm gonna wear a liquid lip to work, I gravitate towards the Dose of Color ones. But especially in the neutral colors. I do like the applicator. It makes it easy to apply in the corners because it's just nice and triangular. And mind you, I haven't gone back into the tube to get any extra product, but it's going on beautifully. Well, you guys, that completes this look. This is full face trying to get ready for work. Some people can't believe that I wear this much makeup to work. I get asked, you know, why would you even do it? How long does it take you? I do it because I feel comfortable in a full face of makeup. If you feel comfortable in makeup, then wear it. There's nothing saying that you can't. I feel more confident, I feel put together, I just feel awake, because I know that when I don't have makeup, sometimes I feel tired. I look tired sometimes. So this is my comfort zone. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button down below. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so that I know to continue doing these types of videos. And I'm looking forward to getting back to my posting schedule. It used to be 3 times a week. It might be 1 to 2 times a week. We'll see how busy and chaotic life gets. And thank you so much for watching. Again, you guys, until next time, bye.